Hi, I just wanted to apologize for the last, abrupt end of that because I couldn't, the audio got all messed up because of when you receive a phone call in the middle, and there was like a couple of comments that was, and I wanted to say, about a Minnie and Rachel, like you had put some comments about something about crystals and stuff, and I missed them, and I wanted to respond to them, but the audio was so messed up on my live stream that I missed, the comments you were saying about the crystals and stuff, and so if Rachel, like if she is back, oh hi. Oh, I felt so bad. I know it's not 8 p.m., but I felt so bad about how abruptly it ended because I couldn't, and Minnie was here, and I felt so bad because she had just gotten here, and so I just was like, oh, and then, God, I got such anxiety over it, and felt so bad, so I wanted to come back because you had put some. So Frank was stabbed. Oh, really? I know it's not 8 p.m. I felt so bad, Rachel and Minnie and whoever else was here that because I couldn't hear a dang thing. It wasn't that I couldn't hear; it was that it was echoing back to me, and um, you know, yeah, I feel you mean Nitty Frank Nitty. That's terrible, huh? Is he okay? I would. His mom says he's healing. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'll still do one, later too. I'm still gonna do a live stream later, but I just felt like I left this one like in the, uh, you know what I'm saying. Thank you. I appreciate that, Rachel. Thank you. I was reading about that, DMX, and everybody, of course, I don't know, but you know, first of all, everybody said it was an OD, but then what I read was a heart attack. So I don't know if that was just, kind of a way to, sweep it up. Whoops. Maybe. To, like for them to change it, which okay, that's okay, that's understandable. But like he was, he got a lot of like, he's got quite the lengthy criminal record, like as of like not as of recent, but I mean, even during the time that he was, um, I know, I don't know why you guys can't, well, I don't know if he can see you, but I don't know why, you know, that's why I put it up on the screen because I'm not sure. But he had, even while he's been famous, quite the lengthy criminal record, and like, and some of it is animal abuse. Hey Tommy, how you doing? I'm hoping nothing happens with my audio again. You don't have to call. It's okay, girl, because I'm going to rate tonight. What? I don't understand that. You don't have to call. Sure. Sure, Tommy. Come on. Yes. I'm praying that nobody calls my phone and messes me all up, you know? Yep, let me post it. Anybody can come up at all if you want. Anyone at all. I love having like people up here because it's so much easier to have somebody you can hear talking to. Well, any channel can go into their YouTube studios and it's understanding clearly appeal that people have banned unban them of you with something like that. Kind of nice out. I just took my dog outside and it was pretty nice outside. yeah, but a lot of animal abuse stuff, and hi Tommy, how are you? Hi, can I say hi so I can see
Hi.
if I hear you?
Hi. Howdy, folks. How are you?
Okay. I'm like, am I not getting audio? Rachel says, hi, Mr. UFO man. There is an actual UFO man, though. Like, but Tommy knows a lot about UFOs, too. I've been reading a lot of stuff, and I just can't. Like, how it's like a rabbit hole, It's just so much out
Hmm.
there, Tom, right?
Yep, that's right. We've been promised in the current one of the coronavirus relief bills. There was a clause in there that the government had to disclose everything that they have about the UFO subject and within 180 days. So that's what everybody in the UFO industry. Well, there's two sides to this. I mean, people that are, forgive me, but the layman out there that just know a little bit about the subject of ufology, they're expecting this huge download, this dump of information that's supposed to just make it all clear, right? But those of us that have been ufologists for decades know what we're going to get, and it's going to be the same bullshit as always. It's going to be a bunch of documents that everything is blacked out and redacted. You're going to get 4 or 5 adjectives on each page, nothing you're going to be able to string together and make look coherent or get anything out of. And
I
then
don't know how they can do that. Say
yeah,
that they're, putting stuff out there and then black it all out.
called national security, and that's why they do it. And they say, oh well, sorry, that's a matter of national security, you're not allowed to see that, it's classified. And that's
Right.
why, because we've heard this crap before. I mean, we've heard this before. Bill Clinton, I mean, he actually, whether however you like him or not as a president, he did more as a president to try to expose ufology than or the UFO thing, the secret, than any president. And
I liked Clinton. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I don't know if some people did, but I liked him because
he was a great
I,
economic president.
yeah, I felt like we were in a real good place when he was the president. We had, they said the deficit was in the, black, and
Mhm.
we were just gas prices were low, and I think a lot of presidents probably have had affairs. You know,
Oh well, look, it's like the Cuomo thing, and I think, um, in my opinion, Cuomo, I think it's a pylon effect. Was he out there being a dirty old man with some of those girls? Sure. Because here's the thing, ladies, and I got news for you. There's reasons that guys go into rock and roll, and there's reason that guys go into politics. And at the end of the day, it's let's just say it's for chicks, okay? And that's
yeah,
it.
and
That's one of the
that's the
biggest
same
reasons.
reason guys buy Harleys.
It's the reason guys do everything. We're always thinking that. I mean, it's how is this going to impress some tail? I mean, and you should see my. I just did this to my bedroom. I just redecorated for that reason. For goodness sakes. But
I'm telling you, I had a roommate, and he really, when he won a Harley Davidson in like a $5 raffle, brand new
mhm.
Harley
Oh
Davidson.
wow.
Yeah, and he got more girls after that than I could even shake a stick at. It was like,
Mhm.
wow,
Yeah,
it was unbelievable. I
that's
never
what.
knew that girls actually, because I wouldn't think. I mean, I'm not that type, like what's he got.
Mhm.
But to see literally this guy who was never going out on dates to win a Harley, and then suddenly he's Mr. Popular with the ladies. I,
The velvet ropes parted. The vagina goalie left the field. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was in
Yeah.
shock. I don't know though. It could also be that maybe it gives the person who has it more confidence too.
Could be. Yep.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, I feel like it's not, why even for them to bother saying, they're going to release stuff and things like that. Now, let me ask you a question. First of all, let me just touch on one thing. Somebody had wanted to come in the room, but they were R, and I didn't know if it was Rachel Reed because it didn't say Rachel Reed. It was something I'd never seen, so I didn't. So whoever that is, if you say something in the chat because I didn't know who it was, so I didn't allow. But what do you think about? I don't know if this is anything that interests you, but like the lost city of Atlantis.
Sure.
I
Sure.
mean, do you think that I've been watching some shows about, I don't know if I shared that link on your, I might have shared the link with you or something, maybe. It's some, channel that I came across last night that he's pretty informative on a lot of things,
Uh-huh.
and I never have been a person who really studied up on that lost city of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I had the impression that they actually had found, under the sea, this Atlantis, that with the old statue, old things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I was researching it, it seems to me that it's actually in question if it even exists.
Um, that's one of those things. It cannot be definitively proven that it does exist. See, what you can do is you can take all the continents and you can put them all back together as one, because that's how it was. It was called Pangea, very early in Earth's development. We had one big ass continent. And
Yeah,
that we had geological things happen. We're talking about earthquakes and volcanoes and all that crap over billions of years, and that's what broke everything apart. Because there's a model out there where you can actually literally put everything together, but you're missing a piece. There's a missing piece, and it would be somewhere around off the coast of Italy, somewhere in that area, near the Mediterranean.
right,
And I think that's what people are thinking, that one of the reasons that scientists believe that the Atlantis existed, and they have found some interesting relics in places where they kind of shouldn't be, even though they could have come off a ship or something.
right.
But they also say if they also say they were a highly advanced society. Well, how do you know they were a highly advanced society if you don't know whether or not they existed? I mean, we have to know a little bit more. We have to have a little bit more data on that, I think, before we can say that. And even back then, what do you mean by highly advanced? I mean, were they using steel before everybody else? Because that would make them highly advanced over like a Bronze Age person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they said something about, I really need to start writing everything down, but it's too much to write down. Um, I don't know if she's still here, if she's not. Rachel? Rachel?
1, 2, 3, testing. Testing,
Yep.
Tracy.
I hear you.
Hi.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Oh my gosh. Let me just tell you, Tommy, I hate to just interrupt and chase up, but Rachel Reed, I think we're popping her
Hi,
live
darling.
cherry
How are
right
you doing?
now.
I'm so sorry you were a little depressed before. I hope I put a smile on your face now.
Oh my God, yeah. Now it has to do with Tommy, right? That you wanted to come up here because I know Rachel has a broad knowledge of a lot of things, and I've never ever I've probably
Hello,
known you about
Mike.
a year now.
Experiencing a lot of feedback, so I'm going to go into the studio and see if I can just rectify that. But if I can't, Tracy, it's great talking with you and Tommy, even though I didn't really.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear, because she always has such good, things, to comment and everything. But for her, I'm sure it would be easier to just have being able to spoke them if she didn't have the audio, problem. I wonder if it's.
Are you running if you're running the actual YouTube channel and you're running the StreamYard at the same time, it'll cause that. So you would want to shut down your YouTube channel, or at least pause it. I do that every time I come on here. I screw up that every time I come on here. It's like, oh.
Yes, I am hearing him twice, so it's twice as nice.
Oh, wow. She got the gift of gab.
I like it. I feel, wow, great. Thank you.
Wow, that was perfect, right? And she does have a nice voice.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, Mr. Rourke. I'm just in shock. And Rachel Reed is like one of the people that, you always are like, who is Rachel Reed? And I just feel very honored to have her on. But you as well, Tommy, because you're so interesting, and like like you were saying about, it doesn't exist, doesn't it exist? One of the things that they were saying, was that they were talking about this guy was really interesting on this channel. It was videos. You don't see him. But it's like what you need to know, something like that. And it was all different topics. And he was like showing where it could be. I mean, there's like that pattern, the pattern of Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they did those, that it looks like a UFO.
Mm-hmm.
Like from above.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in all different places. Like there's different, like one's in Africa. There was another one, I think he said, the North Pole or the South Pole. What he was talking about was so interesting. That whole thing. This is Rachel. Can you hear us? Hello?
Yeah, Tracy, I was messing with my avatar picture.
All I see is gray wall, I think.
Yes, because I'm messing with my avatar picture.
Oh, okay. Oh, because you want to change it all up, huh? Tommy looks like he's dying to see what you look like, but he's probably looking at something else, right?
I'm trying to pull a couple of things up here.
Yeah, they said that they have those. I don't know how familiar you are, like in like the whole Atlantis thing, Rachel, but that's what I've been on lately because somebody was in here and they said everybody knows Atlantis is a UFO, and they said something else, something they were saying, right? And that got me thinking, like, wow, is that something I want to look into next? So that's when I started watching these things, and he seemed to, feel like they're all over the place. And then he showed these from above views and how it looks. And so I'm wondering, like, is that something they've seen from the air where they would think Atlantis is? And when they're, looking for it, they really can't see it. Like, have they seen the other things? Do you know anything about it looking like a UFO or anything? Like, have you heard that?
I've never heard that, but Atlantis has always been linked with UFOs, and that's always been part of the lore of it all. Again, it's one of those things that who knows? There's people that'll swear to you it was a UFO base or something like that. I mean, we get all kinds of people over at UFO Man channel that let's just say that comment, but it's just it's one of those things that's so hard to say. It's all so speculative, I mean, there is no hard data on it, and I'm a hard data guy. I'm a skeptic of everything. I mean, I'm a UFO experiencer. I don't really not comfortable with that term, but I'm an experiencer, and that which makes me the biggest skeptic of all because I have witnessed this stuff. But I don't know. I really hadn't thought about it. I'm sorry that I missed the show on George Floyd. I wanted to get in on that one and talk about it, but I think it was when we were running our show at the same time. I bet that was interesting.
And you know how we always change subjects too. Rachel, are you okay with your audio?
Yes, I actually got my avatar picture working and up and justified.
Cool. Oh, good. And you do sound nice. She's got a nice voice, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tracy.
Every time I you guys.
Hello, Tommy, UFO Man.
Ma'am?
Tommy Highway. That's Tommy. But he does. Did you check out his channel, Rachel?
Oh, Tommy's been around for a long time.
Really?
I'm a politics guy before I'm a UFO guy. But lately
I don't mind talking politics. Do you, Rachel?
YouTube will strike you and put your channel at the end of the line, Tracy.
Well, not really politics, but I think, George, did you want to touch on what your thoughts are on the George Floyd thing? I mean, it's not racist. I'm more concerned with, my thing is him. First of all, my thing is Tony Timpa not being recognized and, not, and I feel like, I don't know if that's that. So, some people just don't make as much noise when something happens, and other people do, which I think in that aspect, perhaps, you know, people, but I don't think it's right to make noise by destroying properties and burning things. You know, I don't agree with that. That's illegal in my
Well,
eyes.
it's not that so much for me that the illegality of it. I mean, of course, it's illegal and immoral, and I mean, these people
Well, I
are
know
getting
it's not all illegal it's not all about the illegal part of it either.
right.
Those
It,
people worked for that.
it's like, okay, can you not handle a situation without acting like a violent savage? Okay, can we actually calm down enough to get all the facts and things like that first? And clearly, we cannot do that. The only reason that the Jesse Smollett thing did not interrupt in a huge riot, properties burned, people killed, the whole 9 yards, is because it happened during when it was like minus 27 below zero. Okay, that's the only reason that we didn't see that kind of mayhem for that deal.
Excellent
Now,
point made.
Yeah, and so
what name was that you said?
The Jesse Smollett thing, the guy, the racist hoax. He beat him.
No, I did not hear about that.
He had two, oh goodness, he had two guys. He's a medium grade actor. He had hired two guys to beat his ass and try to blame Trump supporters, and it all backfired. There's video involved and all of that. And the black prosecutor in Illinois let him go. Now the feds picked it up, thank God. Or not the feds, but I guess another prosecutor picked it up. But yeah, it was a whole behind the scenes deal. He got caught red-handed trying to set the white race up for a hate crime, period. Got caught red-handed, and black people in power let him go. And if it happened differently than that, I sure wish somebody would explain that to me, because
Right.
that's what it looks like to me.
The funny thing is that and not to it's similar. Like I want to put in okay, what's that word? Juxtaposition, is that the word? Like where by side you compare something.
Mm-hmm.
Last night I was I looked up white slavery, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I came up with some old news. That's why I wish I had two devices, because I would actually be able then to show the screenshots of this old newspaper from 1917. And anytime you want to say anything, Rachel, just interrupt me because I talk a lot. But
yes,
anyway, thank you. But it was from it was Buffalo, New York News, and the guy's name was Rush, spelled Rushe, Botwin, Botwin. And they mentioned him a lot in the fact of white slavery back then was what they would call prostitution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And young girls were getting, and also when immigrants would come, they would have them work somewhere where they were getting low wages and had to buy from their stores. Mm-hmm. And live in very squalid, and then the young girls were getting. So they had found this body of a girl, Ruth Kruger, Kruger. And that was what was on the cover of the paper that particular day in 1917. It was all about this whole big thing going on. And the woman who had solved the case found the body was found in a basement underneath a motorcycle shop. And they arrested a guy named Albert Kachi for the crime. C-O-A-C-C. I don't know how to spell it, but it's pretty easy. I just don't know how to pronounce it. He wanted to be, extradited back to Italy, so he didn't have to face the electric chair here. So here's already, they've got, this. But then I also took screenshots of where that RUSA Botwin guy, right? He was the sex trafficker. But he got made what happened was the woman was an attorney, and she started to dedicate her time to trying to help these young girls, high school girls, that were being kidnapped and taken. They're being reported missing from their families. Mm-hmm. And, to get them to do something, the government, to help. The president stopped it. Whoever was the president in 1917, see, that would have been a good one for me to have figured out if anybody knows. But he ended up stopping it because he made that guy like a congressman or something. He made him a congressman or, gave him an office position.
Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson. Really? And I thought he was all right. See if you can look up that name, Rush, Rushe, Botwin. And he was from, maybe any of you type in, I doubt there's anybody else named that, but see what you come up with.
How do you spell that last name?
B-O-T, B as in boy, and T as in Tracy, W-I-N as in Nancy. Now, I'm not racist, okay? Rachel? Rachel? Still
yes,
here?
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm always here. I'm everywhere.
Okay. You are. She is. She's good. And she's a fast typer, too. But she's very pretty, too, as well. Beautiful voice. So
Thank you very much, Tracy. So are you. Ditto. And Jinx.
Thank you. So she, mind you, the girl, when they found her, she was dead. But she was chained to the wall. She was chained to the wall. And in the, if I could show it, I would. That she was overworked, looked overworked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's so crazy. And then the president stopped that attorney. Do you see anything about that guy? Maybe type in politician or rush button politician. In the story I was reading, that's what it said. She kind of gave up her law practice and voted her. What do you think about that, Rachel?
Well, there are horrific stories throughout history, decades now, and it just depends on the individual person and what their morals and values are prevents that from happening, I think, in most cases. But when you get into psychologically a person's makeup, then yes, you hear those horrific stories. And scientifically, they have now where they can brain scan you and tell if you're going to be a psychotic or not. So there's going to be a new.
A long time ago, but they did it like they so there was definitely a difference.
I was just going to say that. So there's going to be a new age coming, or should I say, a new world order that, yeah, we're all going to be predestined and predetermined. And if the government does a brain scan on me, lucky.
I just say, is it mandatory?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When you go to a cashless society, it's not only to stop the criminals, but it's to rein in the citizens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much. You're so sweet when you say that, too.
And so my point is that was a white, like a white politician helping and it reminds me very similar to the Jeffrey Epstein. Remember him? What was his name, right? Jeff Epstein, the one that just killed himself, was doing all that stuff.
Yes, there's a lot going on with him, with adrenochrome and everything like that. It's everywhere. I mean, they've talked about that in California, being in the media, making movies. I mean, all you do is have to ask Sloan Bella, because she has firsthand experience with the corruption and the studios and such and what goes on.
Oh, the studios, like the movie studios?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But they let him go in 2006.
With the services Epstein Barr was providing for the pseudo-rich is what I was kind of steering at.
Oh, we're talking about Jeff Epstein, right? The sex thing, right?
Jack Epstein. Is that his name?
No, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yes. Jeff, I heard Jack. Maybe Jack off was in my mind.
All right. I'm like, I don't even know Jack Epstein. I don't even know Jeff Epstein either. But
that was like a Freudian
we were
slip.
talking about two different things. I'm like, I am so lost here. Adrenal glands?
Adrenochrome, yeah.
Oh, what is it?
Tommy, do you want to fill her in?
I'm not sure I'm familiar
Yeah,
with that
he does. No, sir, am I kidding? My mind goes to the gutter. Tommy, do you want to fill her in?
You're okay. Well, I mean, if it's what I think you're talking about, boy, Epstein. Wow. Yeah, that's a bad situation there. I just included a link in the chat room, and it was last time that I was on here. I was trying to think of that novel, in the movie, and it's called A Brave New World, and I just sent the link out there, and it's exactly what you were just talking about, with people that are predetermined to be whatever they're going to be, a more total controlled society and all of that. And to be honest with you, I've never read the actual novel, but I saw the movie in high school, so it's an older flick. It's the one they're all wearing spandex and whatnot. But really, I mean,
they're changing their brain before they're born, so that they're like you just said, predisposed to who they're going to be.
Basically, yeah, and it's a completely controlled society. But if you watch this movie and you overlay it over what's going on in the last 10, 15 years in this country, it's friggin' scary. I mean, it's scary. But I will say this, in terms of predetermining people, the Chinese and the Russians are very heavily into very unethical genetic engineering right now. They're into it big time, and nobody's watching them because they're doing it in their own countries. And if we don't get on board with that, we're going to get left behind.
Well, let me tell you that the book Dianetics.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. That is a huge book, and what he does is he will make his own words up, and he's got, on the page where it first appears, he'll give you the footnote at the bottom, but then, in the back, he's got his little dictionary. But I feel like that he's been doing that for years, because he calls them engrams. I don't know if either one of you have ever looked at that. I highly doubt anyone's ever read that whole book, because I haven't either. It's because he makes those words, but I have read through it. Like, I'll flip and read a whole chapter, and I was in amazement. He was talking about test subjects, and he's talking about when the one of the chapters was when the test subject doesn't want to be like the test subject. Right? So basically, yeah. And he's like, if the test subject is combative, do this and do that. And I was like, wait a minute, that almost sounds like here's this guy getting, people and doing things they don't want him to do. And how many bodies have they got buried? Now, this is years ago when I looked at the Dianetics. And then, all that stuff now, because of YouTube, is coming out, and people will say things. But I'm saying he was talking about removing the word that he used, engrams, was the person's thought of their own decision making.
Right.
Yep. Their own
he just happens to be the founder of the Church of Scientology too. So.
Yeah. Yep. And it was so, and I happen to think that's why a lot of those Hollywood people have children with autism and everything. And like John Travolta, he's a member of, that. The others.
Well, I think the point you're trying to make, Tracy, is more along the lines of brainwashing. I mean, look at the military service. People, or soldiers, not people, used to run off the battlefield and get shot in the back because they would not stand their ground and even shoot one bullet. The Army had to come up with brainwashing, which is renaming, like, a bed is now a cot, a head is now the toilet. And that's a form of brainwashing.
It was more than that, Rachel. It was.
Well, I was trying to use that as an example.
Yeah, but like brainwashing, I feel like you could be converted back to thinking the right
but
way,
it's happening, Tracy, it's happening in our living rooms with the
Oh, it is.
broadcasting. I mean,
Mhm.
you don't think
the media
with the
stuff?
commercial
Absolutely.
okay, I'll let you talk.
Oh, she uses big words, man. Hal,
I
let's
mean,
talk. Is that what you said?
no,
You're
I said
absolutely.
I will let you talk because we can't both talk at the same time. I apologize.
No, I absolutely agree. I'm agreeing with you that
I
we're
think
being brainwashed. Yeah.
I see where you're going there with this, and you're absolutely right, because remember the subliminal messaging controversy back in, what was it, the 70s, I think. You know, we condition our people through our advertising in every conceivable way, and now even the media
Thank you, Tommy.
it's conditioning people to think exactly the way they want them to think. They take the people that are weak-minded and that will tend to believe anything that they hear, as long as it comes from someone that they believe to be their betters. All right, like a person on a newscaster, all right, as an example. My foster mother, is incredibly susceptible to that. Incredibly so.
Yes, some people are more so.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Susceptible to like what they say. Yeah.
Can I make a point how the cell phone is designed to be as addictive as gambling, and that when you receive a call or notices, it sparks in your brain just like a chemical drug would be ingested into you. You get hooked so fast. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
I used to have to wear a BlackBerry at work, and on vibrate mode. Okay. And
ooh, vibrate mode, Tommy. Sorry, I had to say that. I apologize.
You sound like a lot of fun. I like it.
I like you a lot. Like you long
fun.
time.
She's fun. She is fun. I used to have some good times with her in the chat room.
Don't get me going
laugh
now.
out loud.
I'll never stop.
I wish I could share my new bedroom design with you. It would blow your mind.
Excellent.
Why can't you show
Sounds
us
like a plan for the future.
Yeah. Well, I was remodeling the bedroom, and the truth of the matter is, and I'm gonna tell you a real big secret here. I probably shouldn't be even saying this online, but an old girlfriend back during last summer approached me with an idea. She wanted to start selling a particular type of product online, and she wanted A, to borrow a little bit of money from me, and B, figure out how to import the stuff from China and Vietnam, because that's where every bit of it comes from.
All ladies always borrow money from their men.
So yeah. So anyway, to be honest with you, it's top of the line 21st century sex toys and BDSM equipment.
Now you're assuming I'm interested in that. Why? Because of my voice?
You got that bedroom voice going now. Let's be honest.
But she got some good, she knows how to come right out with a great. She said, "Oh, I hear you twice. It's twice as nice."
Mm-hmm.
And then when she just now, you said something about showing your plans, your bedroom plans, and she said, "Sounds like something for the future, or a future something like that." She said, "Maybe plans for the future, something." She just. And I said, "Damn, she's good," but I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah.
Anyway, the bed has 32 different restraint points on it.
Restraint points?
Yeah, there are things hanging from the ceiling, restraints hanging from the ceiling. Special lighting. The bed is lined in electric candles, lined up in electric candles. Oh, it's actually tastefully done. You guys hit me up on Instagram. It's out there on my Instagram. You should hit me up out there.
No, I think, Tommy, you are into hitting, or should I say spanking. You just let that one right out of the bag. That cat is gone and in the alley.
I'm actually not. I just had a French girlfriend 20 years ago, and she was French.
Stuck in his head all this time.
So
as
anyway.
He's blushing. Oh well, yeah. I'm not. I'm
gonna get some water so you two chat amongst yourselves.
Okay. Tracy, you are not the boss of me, but maybe.
I'll be right back. But you guys, I know you'll conversate. You gotta go now.
We will conversate.
Conversate. Let's conversate now,
conversate,
Papa.
I'll tell you what.
What's up, man? What's a 5-0?
So, anyway, I was just watching the Floyd trial and all that.
Are we back to that? I'm about to yawn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go on to something else.
You are on such a hot, racy subject, and then the Floyd. Let's talk about the Floyd.
Hit me up on Instagram, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's really something. I mean, it started out.
You actually advertise your inner sanctum on Instagram. Interesting.
Well, I mean, the people that are on my Instagram are close friends, and they already know it anyway. So it's not like I'm hiding anything.
Did you get stuck on your teeth, darling?
But yeah, I mean, there's.
And you're just getting redder and redder. I'm sorry. I have that effect on people.
Oh my God! I was just watching just for a minute, and you go. Oh my God, she's excellent. Let me just. I have to reiterate once more, Tommy, that I totally have. I've never seen Ray unless she's under there on another thing. But Rachel Reed, she is like everywhere. Like she's a good person everywhere. She's not a troll everywhere. Like she does know. She always say this. She knows a little about everything, right? Mm-hmm. And she does, but it's not a little, really, because she can keep up with. I mean, her. Like, I'm just going to rave about you right now for a minute, Rachel, if you don't mind.
I am staying silent, so go right ahead.
Yeah. Awesome. She does, like, she's the type of person, like, keep a conversation going. And I'm talking about in chat rooms, because I've known her for about a year in live streams, you know, in the same community we're all in. You know, which it is. It's a community. And I like that, you know. Like you're in it too. You're part of this community. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about YouTube. I feel it's more personable than Facebook and stuff. So she's out, you know, she's always polite, friendly, and has stuff to, you know, say about things that aren't they're not stupid. You know, they're well thought out and well verbalized. And she's a good typer too. So but she was doing the same thing I was with the talk to text today. And that will put you behind. She said it's like a Monty Python movie trying to catch up on a broom horse. You know, at a race.
Excellent reference. Thank you for using that. I say that all the time.
I couldn't, at first I didn't pick up on it, what you were saying, you know, when you were describing. Because, the other night I was in Babbling with Bobbles. I don't know if you've ever been there, Tommy, but you probably heard about it, right? No,
I think so. Mm-hmm.
That's the one I was in the other night.
Tommy's going to be a frequent viewer of Babbling with Bobbles if I'm there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right, Tommy. Babbling with Bobbles. Yeah, we were on for 6.5 hours the other night, and unfortunately, actually, yours starts at 9 on Saturdays. Hers are usually 10, right?
He can come for the late night show.
We do 9 o'clock on Eastern time Saturday night.
So we could hit you up for the first hour between, or even maybe even longer, depending. Like, you know, like yours could be wicked interesting, and we don't want to leave there. You know, I'm saying it usually is. You're usually, you guys, they have a good one, and it ends up going longer than an hour for sure.
Yeah,
I was surprised at how long it went last Saturday.
2.5 hours last night.
Yep, 2.5 hours. Yeah, exactly. 2.5 hours it was. And I was surprised that D.B. Cooper showed up too. That was nice of him.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so they've got a good one, Rachel. And
that's like a mic drop. I said that's like a mic drop. I knew Tracy didn't hear me the first time, so that's why I'm going to repeat it for the third time. That's like a mic drop.
What does that mean, mic drop?
Mic drop is when you're trying to make the ultimate point and you don't give the mic to nobody else. You're like speaking or name dropping and then you drop the mic. It's like nouveau riche, trendy.
I'm so lost. Just go ahead, talk. She's wonderful. My point is, I feel like I wish I knew you were going to come on live stream, because that would be something for amongst this community. She's a mystery. Right? She's a mystery. Me forever.
I've been known to be an anomaly too.
Yeah, you are, and you're a mystery. And and I feel like if I would have typed in Rachel Reed on live, people from this community would be like, "Oh, I gotta know who Rachel Reed is," you know. So I feel so honored. I'm gonna be like, "Oh," and
Tracy,
I
thank
love
you
it.
for Tracy, thank you for being so magnanimous with your words. I really don't deserve them. But you are very, very sweet and kind, and I appreciate you very much. And I'm sorry for the trouble that we kind of bumped heads a little while ago, and I just want to put that and bury that in the grave, if you don't mind. And I wish you all the happiness and health and prosperity for your future. And I do see that in your future, Tracy. You know I'm an empath, too.
I do know that. And you're the one who told me about black seed oil and everything, and I still take it.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I still take it. Thank you for that. Little Brat said she never thought you were a mystery.
Thank you, Little Brat. I love that name because I was so bratty as a kid. I was either coming to or coming from or going to trouble.
I believe it because she seems to be a little spicy, saucy now. You?
some ladies, I look at, okay, let's go back to a base relationship. You have to be the person that you want to be with. Mm-hmm. Period. You have to contribute to the other person's happiness first in order to be happy as a couple. I mean, I can go on and on. Psych 101 is my breakfast.
So serious question right here. Yeah. Say you two went on a couple of dates, okay?
And look at Tracy. She's already coupling us up.
Oh, no,
what do you say about that?
I'm just wondering. But say you guys went on a couple of dates, and now you're at that stage where, okay, whatever. So you go, okay, no. Say you're not at that stage yet. You're just, now you've been invited into his house, and he's like showing you around. Now,
he would be on the bed strapped down, and I would be using all the toys. Wait, who said that? They ran by.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
What a good response. So and I could see that. Not see it, not like I'm picturing it.
That was not me. That was Jim. Jim, he just ran by from Star Trek. He phased in and phased out.
Hi, aren't 4'8" or 4'11"? Is he asking you, Rachel? Are you 4'8" or 4'11"?
Oh, is he trying to tell me I'm a spinner? Dude, you know, I'm just warning everybody out there, and this is something I always say, and sorry that I took over the mic, but where you're going, where anybody is trying to go with me, I am in the future eating a bag of chips and drinking a soda waiting for you guys to catch up. I'm sorry. Mic drop.
Right on.
Oh, now I know what a mic drop is. I've seen it before. It's in those like movies, those rapping movies.
Yeah,
they
Obama
rap
did it first.
and then they drop the mic.
Obama did not do it first, Tommy, please.
Didn't he? I thought he got credited for that.
No.
Okay.
Do what first?
The mic drop. I always thought he was the one that got credited for that. Oh, okay.
No, the media focused on him, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Who, though? Who did they say? No, don't say that. And he's a man, and I would remove that. I don't have a man here.
Excuse me? What's going on? I can't see. I want to know.
Well, I don't want to put it on the screen. It says...
Little Brad is
Tracy, pin his dumb ass up on the screen for everybody to see how stupid he is.
It's on. It says Mr. Rourke was blocked for 5 minutes. I didn't do that. Who did that?
What? Oh, I thought somebody was being a troll and saying something stupid. When somebody says something stupid in a stream,
he said that you were a spinner, and I didn't want that here.
Oh, Mr. Rourke, please. Are your eyes green right now? Darling,
I love Rourke,
you.
But I didn't know how to, I didn't get rid of it. I don't know who did. There must be a mod watching. that I
I
don't
think
know
I
about.
already was there before he dropped that point, maybe. I can't see
I
the
know,
chat.
but I didn't want it like written, like, you
I
know.
don't care. I don't care, Tracy.
All
Put it
right,
up
all right. Well,
there.
now I know that. I feel bad. You could maybe unblock Mr.
I
Rourke,
saw
whoever
Mr.
did it.
Rourke's true colors when I called him the ghost in
He's
Mr.
funny
Chicken.
though. Wasn't he funny the other night? I probably
I love
shouldn't
you,
have,
Mr.
like,
Rourke.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't
Mr.
know,
Rourke
like,
needs a hug.
that was so funny though. He was so fast at changing his avatar to those different body parts. You know, like your arm, the chest, all that shit.
Oh, he entertained JC Bear thoroughly, and I told Bobbles I don't even need to see him because JC's description of him is spot on.
Oh my, it is? That's not how he really looks, right?
No, he stole that picture from my
No,
boyfriend's Facebook picture.
Oh. All right, you guys stay. I have to. I'm not
Now
going to
we're
answer
being
it. I
told to
think it would end the
stay.
live. Would it
Sit,
end the live
stay,
stream if you
beg.
guys stay and I go out?
How much are you paying me, Tracy? Just saying. How many?
Oh my God! Just
How
all
much
my
dollars?
help. Stay and take over.
Any doubts?
Okay. All right. Then I'll be right back because it messed
Yeah.
up my audio. I gotta try this. Okay.
So, Tommy, tell me the most interesting fact about yourself that we don't already know.
Wow.
Hey, don't talk about me because I can still hear you. Oh my
Was
God.
that an evil enough laugh for you, Tracy? Bwah!
I know. I gotta try to do this right.
So, Tommy, what's your
Oh,
favorite
you know
color,
what? I
darling?
should change the Meet the Real Rachel Reed. I should change the title right now. Oh, sorry.
Oh
I'll be
my
back.
goodness, she
I'm
is
not, I was
blasting
kidding.
me out.
I was kidding. I won't. Let me
Tracy
just
is putting me on blast.
She's putting
So,
you
Tommy,
on
what's your
blast.
favorite color?
I tend to like black, to be honest, but I'd say probably blue, something like that, other than black. I wear a lot of black, decorations in my house, that sort of thing. So, I also, for whatever reason, as I've gotten older, I am now wearing camouflage everything all the time. That's interesting. But the nice thing about it, I did recently turn 50, and my pants are still well below my nipple line. They're not even close yet, so we're good.
Thank you for sharing. What's your favorite food?
Ooh.
What do you have a taste?
Uh-oh. Hello? I removed you guys from stream. Accident. No. Oh my God. What? I have really messed up. Hold on. Oh my God. I get. This is so crazy. I have to figure out a way. Shut the phone. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end it.